Today, it's your turn. So, my name's Steve Guttenberg, and I am the Audiophiliac, but today it's about you. It's about what you guys have in your houses. You see my stuff pretty much every day here. Now, we turn the cameras around, and everybody gets to see what you have. And I asked for pictures, JPEGs. You delivered, big time. So, thank you. Thanks for everybody who sent me pictures. I'm shocked at the diversity, the depth, the quality, the affordable systems, the insanely expensive systems, home theater stuff. The range is overwhelming. So I don't want to waste any more time, but thanks again thanks to everyone who sent me stuff. Enough babbling from me. Let's get into it. First system we're going to look at is Vincent's. He's got Zoo Audio Dirty Weekend speakers. A big favorite among you guys, it seems. I've seen a lot of those coming through. And he's using a Sansui AU8500 receiver with it, a Dual CS515 turntable with an Audiophiliac OM5E cartridge, and the DAC, which you can't see, is a Schiit Modi. So it's kind of a mix of vintage and new. Not bad. Next up is a tidy little system from Len and Edie. They have a Harman Kardon 3730 stereo receiver, Klipsch RP600 speakers, and a Klipsch R112 SW subwoofer with a Fluence RT83 turntable and an Audiophiliac 2M red cartridge, and a Sony Blu-ray player. Next up is John's awesome music surround system. So he's got these Infinity IRS betas, which are about 20 years old. And then he has, those are classics. Then he has Infinity Kappa 9.1s, Kappa 8s, Kappa 6, Kappa Center, SSW 212, I assume that's a subwoofer, a few $100 a pair. The electronics are nothing to write home about, he says, but they're an Oppo 203 Blu-ray player, Technics SL 1210 turntable, and a Denon AVR X6200. Next up is James. Here's a budget system. So more ELACs though. An ELAC Unify UB5, but the star of the system is a Technics SE A5 Mark II power amp. I remember those from back in the day, man. Those were killer amps. And he got it for $300 8 years ago. There's also a Yamaha WXC50. I don't know what that is. A Denon DP300F. I assume that's the turntable. And a Klipsch R10 SW that he got for $199 on sale. Now this next one is from Lee Shelley. He's a professional photographer, and it is a really stunning shot. He has a mega turntable there, a VPI Avenger Plus, and that's going into a Modrite PH 9.0 phono preamp, and that's going into a Modrite SWL 9.0 preamp, and that's going into an Odyssey Kismet power amp, and the speakers are the incredible Joseph Audio Perspective 2. Next up is Todd's system. Now, look at that. That's a very different kind of way of doing home theater. He's thinking big. There are count them three, Bowers and Wilkins 805Ds, meaning they have diamond tweeters. Those are the left, center, right speakers of his 5.1 setup. He also has two Paradigm Millennia 1 speakers as surrounds. You can't see those. The power amp is a Bryston 9B SST, 5 channels. There's a Parasound P7 preamp, an Oppo BDP 205 Blu-ray player, and for the bottom end, a Paradigm Seismic 110 sub. That sounds like it would be pretty killer. That's a biggie. Next up is a person who's referred to as Golden Ears. He or she has a name Unity Nova integrated amp, I think, powering PMC 20 5.3 speakers. He's running all digital, streaming from Rune. He's a happy camper, and big fan of mine. Well, hey, thanks. Thank you. Next up is Hudo, Hudo, and his system is Mega. So there's Focal 1028BE speakers, and they're being driven off of a Nord Acoustics NC500 SE Mark II power amp. And change things up a little bit, tubes, that is with a Prima Luna Prologue Premium preamplifier. Next up is Brett. Brett has some speakers that he designed with drivers from ScanSpeak. The crossovers are from Matasound. Stunning looking system, beautiful picture. And what you can't see in the picture is an Oppo 203, a Marantz AVR 8805 receiver, and a monoprice monolith 5x 200 watt power amp. Next up, Jeff. Well, Jeff's got some pretty serious Dynaudio speakers, and they're sitting on top of Mark and Daniel Maximus subwoofers. There is a Musical MMF5 turntable with a Goldring GX 1012 moving magnet cartridge. He's also got one of those really cool Nakamichi Dragon cassette decks. And then for a left turn to something really off the beaten path, a Sony 601 PCM encoder decoder Sony Betamax video recorder with Unison Research Unico integrated amp, Unison Research Unico CD player, a Alesis master disc digital recorder, and it's all that in that little space, even smaller than my space. And he does most of his listening near field. He also has a larger system that we're not seeing in this picture. Next up, Dave D. Dave, you got some Zoo Ullman Dirty Weekends. Join the club. But the rest of his system is vintage with a Pioneer PL71 turntable, NAD 7100 receiver, NAD 5440 CD player. He's into vintage, except for the speakers. Paul has a Name Unity Atom amplifier with Focal Area 106 speakers. He considers it an excellent combination for everyday listening. Then Jeff. Now Jeff is a professional musician, and he plays with the Calidor String Quartet, as he said, proof that musicians do care about audio. I know that that's true. And he's got Magnepan LRS speakers, Schiit Vidar power amp, Schiit Freya preamp, a Rega DAC, a Rotel 1067, Eddy Current Super 7 headphone amplifier, Sennheiser HD 800 headphones, Audeze LCD 3 headphones, and the source is a MacBook Pro for all of that. Next up is Anthony's system with Klipsch RP260F speakers, Cambridge Audio SR20 integrated amplifier, and Audio-Technica AT-LP 120 turntable that he hopes to replace soon. He thinks it's a little noisy, but that's a sweet little system. Then comes Harry. Harry's got a Riga turntable, an RP1 with a Bias 2 cartridge, and that's running into a Sutherland KC Vibe phono preamp, another Schiit Freya, and another Schiit Vidar. This one's running, he has two, so he's running them as mono blocks with yet another set of Zoo Dirty Weekend speakers. Then comes Mr. Robert. He's got a thing about Martin Logan. So he's got some Martin Logan Arius 1 speakers, Martin Logan subs, and then a lot of Krell. He's got an FPB 200 amplifier, a Krell KRC3 preamp, a Krell KAV 300 CD player, but that's only being run as a DAC. He has a Denafreps Aries 2 DAC. He also has a VPI Junior turntable, a Musical Surroundings preamp. Then comes Joe. Now Joe, I saw that picture of the reel-to-reel. I said, that's getting in. So not everything is in the picture, but he has yet another set of ELAC Unify UB5s. Turntable is vintage. It's a 1970s Philips 212. Oh man, I remember those. With an Audio-Technica AT95E cartridge. Then, oh wait, there's me. Adar. I think I'm pronouncing your name correctly. If not, I apologize. Look at me, I'm on TV. Wow, that's pretty cool. So he's got a system with Pioneer SPBS 22LR speakers. Andrew Jones gets around. And that's also being assisted by a Pioneer SPC22 center channel speaker. The left subwoofer is a Monoprice 108 248 8-inch 60-watt sub, and the right sub is a Paradigm 8-inch cinema sub. And there's also in the system a Denon AVR S740H. So I think my work here is done, guys. This is some really cool, interesting stuff. Some of it's crazy expensive, some of it's not crazy expensive. It's all over the map, but it's all really, really interesting stuff. So thank you for sending these images my way. And again, I'm sorry I can't include everybody, but it's just the onslaught is huge. I think there's maybe 300 or so emails I've gotten from everybody, so no way that I can get to all that. But I'm doing my best. And as always, thank you for watching. If you dig it, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. When you do, hit that little notification bell, and that way you'll get notified every time there's a new episode. And if you really like it, check out my Patreon at patreon.com/audiophiliac, and I think I'm done. Thank you again for watching. Hope to see you back here again very, very soon. Bye-bye.